Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another session of Dwarf Fortress, Histories of Gluttony and Toil. We are playing Dwarf Fortress Heavenstongs. We have chosen our Embark spot in the last session. And today is a session where it all starts. It actually doesn't. Mouse query plugin. Yeah, I need to make sure that this mouse query plugin gets executed every time. Init command line. How do you Fortress command line options? I need to know how to make this mouse disappear every time I start Dwarf Fortress, because I don't like it, but I'll figure that out later. So the plan is to have a big fortress here. A fortress where we could have a bridge from spanning from south to north, overarching this valley on the west. I'll probably mine this out. Hello Ferko, welcome. I'll probably mine this out. This piece will be mined out, and have a fortress distributed across these hilltops where we have the river and stuff. So it's actually a good. There is no way we can cross the river from here. We will have to build a bridge. And now I don't know. Can you actually build a bridge without the possibility of reaching the other end? But I guess you can. So we have also looked at the layer structure here, so that there is some soil layers: red sand, yellow sand, silt, loamy sand, and then magnetite, which is unexpected but welcome, and some flux. So I believe that these first two layers, red sand and yellow sand, are really soil layers, red sand and yellow sand. And then what follows is two aquifer layers, silt loam and loamy sand. However, I'm not sure, because there is a rough hewn obsidian below. So let's actually try it. Hello Mimruni. Yeah, we have a little waterfall. So This is, without us wanting it, it is an iron embark. We will have we have access to magnetite. So I guess we could, yeah, let's check, let's see where we could possibly have an entrance to our fortress. And here it is impossible because we will not be able to cross this river. Although we could have entrance here, but we could have actually we could dig straight into the good stuff, into the stone. Especially considering that we want to later to have a bridge spanning from this place across this sort of hillside to this very end. I don't know. Let's have a probe. Let's have a mining probe, because the first best entrance I can think of is somewhere here, anticipating that the bridge will be along as the whole map pretty much. On this place there will be a tower. The caravans arriving at our fortress will come along this bridge, then take a right turn, and somewhere here, I mean, the depot could be somewhere here, and this is where the entrance to the fortress could be. But that's all far, far away. In time we will have such a fortress. We could as well have a fortress entrance right here. So question is, do I want a fortress? I mean, this could be a good fortress entrance. There are not many trees up here, which means we will not have too many holes in the ground if we dig them. I still would prefer to actually this place looks like it's good. I mean, yeah, let's have a designation here. It doesn't matter that much. So, and if you are new to Dwarf Fortress, this is a good way to see how I start fortresses. I don't always succeed, I must tell, but mostly I try to build a very safe, boringly safe fortress, that is. So yeah, since we are in sand, the sand is very easy to mine. We can dig quite a wide corridor and have a closing racing bridge built very quickly and easily. You say a vertical fortress. Well, yes, I mostly do vertical stuff. But here with this special Embark, I have intentions of building above ground structures. I really want to have more, I mean, even something like a human-like fortress, really with towers and walls and main halls above ground, but we will see if we ever get to that. That is to be determined. I mean, we first we can't start with that outright. We have to first dig some preliminary stockpiles and rooms to just to accommodate our group. Just to accommodate our group. Yeah, why not? Why not use this little room for storing some small stuff? Oh, it will be dug. Actually, right now this can wait a bit, and an even bigger stockpile. I mean, since it is a red sand, we could dig something like farms right away here, right now. Obviously, there will be no defenses right now, which is somewhat risky. But our only defense will be a drawbridge or a raising bridge, which we will try to build as quickly as possible at the entrance. Hello Ed and Tom and guys, Meme Rooney, Paul. Hi, after watching your numerous forts, I finally decided to play Dwarf Fortress myself. However, all my livestock seems to prefer hanging out in my meeting hall. Yes, you need pastures, as Meme Rooney says. Or Tom, you have assigned them a pen. They just seem to end up going back inside, funnily enough. Really? Did you try pen and pastures with a door which is not passable for? Did you actually assign them? You have to have the pasture and assign them. I'll show you. I mean, you probably can read that quicker in the wiki. So let's have this dug at the end. So I think we could have something like this is good enough for the start. This room shall serve as farms. For example, we have some turkeys, horses, cats, and dogs. I want cats and dogs to run freely around. I want horses, and horses are grazers, which means they need to have some grass or furrowed ground. So I'll keep them assigned. Well, I mean, I'll put them here for the moment. It doesn't really matter that much. Like this, I designate it as a pasture, and I with capital N I set pasture information, and I said I want this horse and this horse to be at this pasture. That's all I do, and so now dwarves will drag the horses over here. And if the horses are disturbed by some external elements, or they are startled or whatever, they tend to run away from this pasture, as if it's not if there is no border and anything, if there is no no hedge or something like that. So then they will run away. But usually if everything is calm, the horses will just stay there. Volchard is here. Hello. You didn't get to see the last stream. Yeah, wonderful. Interesting Embark. Look forward. Yes. I'm looking forward as well. So, since there will be a bridge to be built here as soon as possible, we will need a small stockpile of stone blocks. If you remember, we've brought with us 20 stone blocks. So I'll just make a custom stockpile. Actually, a custom stockpile, yes, a very custom stockpile could be. If I just with T, I can look what items are inside this wagon, and here I should see some. I don't know what type of stone I took, but it appears to be gabbro. I took gabbro blocks. Okay, so I've got 20 gabbro blocks. I don't have any bin to store it in, so I'll just have blocks, stone, gabbro blocks, and I need 20, so I need like this much. Should be enough for 20 gabbro blocks, which will then be used to build the bridge. But the bridge will not raise because it will not be linked to any mechanisms. I will have to do it in a separate room. Well, yes, and this looks like a good place. To have, I mean, there is many possibilities how you can build vertically in the fortress. Many people like stairs, up and down stairs. I usually go with ramps. I don't know why. Stairs and ramps. What's the difference between stairs and ramps? I mean, well, ramps allow you to travel also in horizontal directions while descending, whereas stairs you must go down and to the side if you want to reach something. I have no idea. I mean, ramps is just my personal preference. But I think I could go with something like a combination of ramps and stairs. So should we decide to put the trader's depot inside, it will be easier for wagons to access it if there is ramps to it, rather than that they couldn't ever access it by stairs. So I'll go with a ramp here. And we also really need to know whether we are dealing here with an aquifer or not. The announcement, I mean, in the Embark screen there they told us that we are going to face aquifers here, so let's see about that. This is some potential aquifer layers, whereas this seems to be the first stone layer. So let's have a ramp like this. Okay. So what else is there? What we need to take care of? Gabbro blocks. We've got some food. We got bags. Oh yes, we will need some bins fast. So let's designate these trees to be chopped down. Chopped down. Actually, I would like to have them chopped down slightly quicker than 7 priority. There's only 2 trees available here now. There's more. There is more. Yeah, 3 trees. I mean, we will need lots of bins and stuff, which are easiest built. Oh, this tree is pretty tall, and this looks like it will yield a lot of wood. There's also a tree here, but I think if we are going to fell this, most of the wood will fall into the river. And ramps are good for minecarts, as you say, yes. Although you can't really carve tracks into a soil ramp. You need real solid stone for that. So, but since we are going to have some wood, so we should prepare a stockpile for wood blocks, wood logs. Just make sure where is the pasture, and I want wood logs somewhere here, and I can build a carpenter's workshop right here, made of gabbro blocks, and so since I have assigned different dwarves for carpentry and different dwarf for wood cutting, this shouldn't interfere. The carpenter can be busy building this carpenter's workshop, whereas the woodcutter can, in the meantime, already be busy cutting down the trees. We will need mechanisms, but for mechanisms we really need stone. So let's hope that we will not face an aquifer. And if we will, then we will deal with it. Also, we have a military dwarf with us. Let me just fire up dwarf therapist. I need to see who is our military dwarf. So we've got actually 3 guys who are capable of fight. So let's create a squad for them. You have to start at some point, and there is no way around military squads. So although I don't really like to set them up, it is the necessary evil. So we have the most skilled dwarf with some, some ability to teach. He's not a good teacher, but he's the best we can do. He's got the most teaching prerequisites of all our dwarves. is a litast, and we got 2 litasts, and this is incel. Litast incel, so we will noble him. Militia commander, litast incel. And Avus Idash happens to be the leader. He's an appraiser, he is judge of intent, and as laborers he is diagnoser, farmer, plant processor. Right. So militia commander, so now we go militia squads, create squad, and pretty much no uniform since we have no uniform at all. So litast incel is there, then Eshtan will join, he is the spear dwarf, and the third one is a swords dwarf, is the other litast, Itred. Okay. Now as for equipment, oh, I didn't take any marks dwarf. Well, no, I didn't. As for equipment, no uniform, that's quite okay. Litast incel will take a weapon. Will take a weapon. I mean, we have only 2 battle axes. One of them is litasts. Eshtan will take also a weapon, which is a spear, and the litast will also take a weapon, which is a short sword. We also have 1 crossbow with us, but we've got no skills. Do we have at least a bowyer? Yes, we do. Sibrek is our bowyer, and also a carpenter. So why not building a bowyer's workshop right away here? There will be some wood logs available to build a crossbow. It will be better than nothing. Do we have any wild animals? That's only fish. Only fish so far. I remember this world has been generated with a high amount of savagery and high amount of beasts. So let's see what we will have. We have no fisher dwarves as of now, but this map is most suitable for some fish industry indeed. I've never really gotten too much into fish industry. Most players consider it useless, but I consider it well, it is useless, but maybe a welcome source of food. So we should definitely have, once we are here, have a place where we could fish. Certainly within the first migrant waves we will get some fisher dwarves as usual. So can we do anything else? There is not much we can do. I didn't bring any stone with me. Stupid me. We could have made some mechanisms. Pick a time. I don't want a Windows update right now. And I mean at 4 o'clock that morning, in 5 days, you may restart the computer. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, there is... Paul says fishing is awesome, free food and source of shells. Yeah, yes, please, of course. You need shells, and you need to feed the carp and the aquatic creatures with your dwarves. So I think we can unpause this and see what happens. We have one animal trainer. Yeah, actually we have one animal trainer, so why not build some kennels? Why not build some kennels? We will disassemble them, but just for the start, so that the animal trainer is kept busy. Mostly at the start, when I watch players, they are wasting work capacity of the dwarves. Many dwarves are just idling around for weeks, waiting for the miners to mine the first storage rooms. Well, I mean, they can be busy. I mean, the animal trainer can already train dogs into war dogs. Why not? It doesn't matter. I mean, we can disassemble the kennels later and build them in a more suitable space. Devil says he dislikes fishing. I haven't really played many fortresses with fishing. I know that we have had some fishing in the ponds with shells and turtles and stuff, crabs and things. Oh yes, we should take also make a smaller pasture for our gobblers. Let's have the gobblers around here. Turkeys. Okay. So let's unpause. Let's unpause. And look at this. We have lots of jobs. The militia commander is a peasant. He's got no job, but all others have. As a peasant, I mean, he has to learn a proper craft. So let's make him something. Let's make him a hunter. Actually, no, I mean, he is our militia commander. He's got an axe as a hunter. He needs a crossbow and stuff. No, let's not make him a hunter. There's nothing to hunt anyway. And woodcutting labor is not enabled as I see it. We must change that. What could he do? I mean, yes, why not? I'm not sure whether we have any bags. Could be that we are actually. We don't have any bags. Got pigtail rope. I didn't take any bags. Had I have taken at least some bags, I could have assigned him to plant gathering, but that's not going to happen. I was slightly unwise for me to not take with us any bags. And they are slightly somewhat expensive at the start, of course, yeah, but milling, pressing, lime making, potash making. I mean, we can already, although we don't have food stock, I mean, we can at least bring the food down here. Let's make a Stockpile for food. Meat, fish. Plants. I mean, he can be busy. Having a food stockpile here. Yeah, he should pick up the boxes. Say, gearboxes can be. No, Marius. Poultry doesn't need anything. Poultry are not grazers. They will live just eating nothing. So horses and turkeys are in their pastures. Turkeys don't need the grass, but we have no better place for them right now. Can't quite make nest boxes either. So we have kennels. So I should say that animals, these dogs, shall be trained. Tossid. Yes, Tossid and Tossid, and I want them to be trained for war. Okay, so they are all busy hauling stuff. Storing items in stockpile, constructing building. Yeah, that's okay. Do that, guys, do that. Things need to be hauled. And I like how Dwarf Fortress, there is how Dwarf Fortress calculates the grass. There is a certain amount of grass, a certain amount of time in which the grass here, if this route is used a lot, this grass will be actually trampled. You will see that this grass starts to vanish, and bare uncovered soil will start to appear. But I don't know whether we will have enough hauling jobs to actually do that. But it happens, it happens. What are these? Why, chalk pebbles, yeah, so chalk starts to appear. Could be enough to thrips. Yeah, here we see that the miners are already mining out these ramps. Oh yeah, nest boxes, but for nest boxes we need either wood logs or we need a stone. So the first stockpile area is dug out. Excellent. So I guess we will just undesignate this. I mean, let's try to see what sort of things do we have. So we have plant barrel, we have fish, lobster, sheep meat, cow meat. Okay, so let's have a food stockpile. A food stockpile here, and I don't know whether we have any drinks with us, but if we do, if you're using DF hack and you hover with the Q key on the stockpile, you can use Ctrl+Shift+N to give it a custom name. Instead of food stockpile number 5, I can call it drinks. I can call this some food. Yeah, food. And I don't really want this stockpile right here now. And here we see cats. Cats have fought and killed the first, what is it called? Vermin. So some rat remains, and soon these sort of remains would be scattered all around the fortress, where they would eventually lay foul and generate miasma. So early on you need a decent refuse stockpile, and I think we could have a refuse stockpile right here. I mean, this tree will be gone. There could be a refuse stockpile and an atom smasher right here, so let's create something like a refuse stockpile, but let's have this tree be filled with the highest priority. There's a swarm of some flies here. Umberto, hello. No, you're not too late. We've just started. We've just unpaused the game. There is one idler. Expedition leader has no job. Expedition leader is our farmer. Our farmer will have plenty to do with having some farming fields here. I will have him build a farming plot. I often go with 3x4 farming plots. It's enough for the start and can be built. We can use the comfort of having a soil layer right here, which doesn't need any flooding or something. It can be farmed right away. So now the dwarves are separating drinks from food. As we can see, drinks stored up here, food stored down here. The farmer is not busy, is busy building the farm plot. And this farm plot, another plot can be right here. And another plot can be here. And we will need a seed stockpile. So far we don't have any barrels to store the seeds in, but we do have plump helmets, bones, we have sweet pod seeds, we have dimple caps, we have rock nuts, we have a pigtail, and we have wheat. Okay, wheat seeds. So that's what we've brought with us. I mean, let's have the seeds stored here. And once the plot is ready, we can already grow or we can grow, yeah, I don't know, plump helmets or something. Yeah, so these dwarves are bringing some seed bags. It's very important to have, for me it is very important to have seed bags in the utmost vicinity of the farming fields, so that the farmers don't spend too much time hauling seed, because they haul seed by seed. They take one seed from the stockpile, go to the field, plant it, take another seed, and so on. So we can see whether our war dogs have already been trained. They haven't. I don't know whether they are being trained or not. Have the trees been felled yet? Food stockpile, not yet. This is wood stockpile. Nobody is holding any wood, so I presume they have not been built. There is a mason. We have a mason who is our animal trainer. Mason could build the bridge. I mean, we need a racing bridge here, made from gabbro blocks. We will not be able to raise it until we reach some stone layers. And look at this. Look at this. We have successfully reached the stone layer without even coming through the aquifer. So we can call ourselves lucky that even though we have an aquifer embark, the quirkiness of the terrain allow us to just circumdig the aquifer, or somehow go around the aquifer. So this is the first magnetite layer. Isn't it strange that in a magnetite layer we're actually getting a chalk slope? But not only a chalk slope, but also true magnetite. This is the first magnetite ore mined. Another magnetite. So I actually don't want to use magnetite as crafting stone. I want to dig to this. Well, it'll probably have to be chalk. I mean, no, it doesn't have to be this priority. Just take it easy here. So this looks like a chalk layer. Let's make a small place here where we can have some sort of a junction, and have a look around in this southern direction. We'll dig underneath the river. And I need access to some solid stone, so that you have struck magnetite. This is good. I don't mind. Lots of magnetite here. People are idling, which is not what I want. I see. Our woodcutter is also our miner, so I just commit some changes in Dwarf Therapist so that he doesn't mine for a while, but actually grabs an axe. That's it. I mean, he should be carrying an axe if we look at his, yes, inventory. And oh, look. Badger boar, badger sows. Haha. Guess who is going to be tamed? Excellent. Excellent. So remember this place. This is where they cross the map usually. So we will build a couple of cage traps on this side. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, so far they are. Okay. And here we have the first tree. Refuse. We want everything except for these, because these parts are parts which can be crafted into something. So refuse going to be stored here. And have some orders, refuse orders. Dwarves gather refuse. Ignore refuse from outside. No, gather refuse from outside. I mean, I don't know yet. Ignore it first. I wonder whether the animals are now trained. They are not. Of course. Do you know why my animals aren't trained? Because there is no training zone. I need not only kennels, but I also need a zone which I designate as animal training zone. That's why they aren't trained. Hey, look. Our dogs are actually chasing a badger. Could be that we will have a badger roast for dinner. As an attack. Charges, collides, knocked over. Yeah, and they messed with my dogs. Although they are not war dogs, they are fighting the badger now. Stray dog scratches, rear paw tearing the skin. Jumps away. Jumps away. My dog is hurt, it seems. In the tail, tearing the fat and bruising the muscle. Rear paw. These boars are savage. It was my mistake. I could have designated the training area much earlier. The dogs could have been war dogs by now and would have actually chased these badgers away. And look how disturbed our horses are by the badgers. The horses are actually running out of the pastures. Yeah, so that's normal thing to happen. And here we have some chalk. And I believe we can build our first mason's workshop here and build nest. I mean, nest boxes are actually. Let me check whether nest boxes are built at a crafts dwarf's workshop. Or at a mason's. I think it's crafts dwarf. Crafts dwarf. So we'd rather want crafts dwarf. So our peasant may become a stone crafter. And I'm not sure whether I shouldn't raise a military alert and help our dwarfs here. Help our dogs here. I mean, there is obviously one badger fighting our dog. And another one. I better do that. Kill this badger. See what happens. I mean, it's a badger. What do we expect? We should be fine with this. Yeah, he's killed our dog or hurt our dog. Stray dog scratches. The spear dwarf and the swords dwarf are chasing it. Axe dwarf is fighting. Militia hacks the badger in the upper body, tearing apart the muscle, shattering the rib. This is good. This is good stuff. Swords dwarf somehow fallen over. Where's the badger now? Over there. This looks like a good hit. The militia commander kicks the badger sow in the head. The force pulls the neck, tearing apart the fat, bruising the muscle, tearing apart the upper spine's nervous tissue. Tendon in the upper spine has been torn. Badger falls over, hacks the badger sow in the rear leg, tearing apart the muscle, artery opened, many nerves severed. Yeah. So we've got some bloody fights early on, right? I mean, we after all, we have a high savagery world. Umberto says, looking forward to the drainage of the aquifer through the river. Yes. Will it actually work? Yes, it will work. But why should I do that? Aquifer is an endless, stores an endless amount of water. It would never be drained. But an easy way going and drilling through the aquifer would, of course, be just having the aquifer being drained into the water. Hey, look, something has been chopped off. Left rear paw. Looking good. Sails off in an arc. I mean, this badger is going nowhere. He's headed. There it is. Butcher. We need a butcher. Who's going to be our butcher? So what's going on upstairs here? There's another badger. Is he a pest or is he not? Either way, we want a butcher's shop. We want a butcher's shop. Yeah, I'll just have a butcher's shop right here for the moment. But who's our butcher? Oh, we have a butcher. Currently, it's our mason. Yeah, whatever. So the dwarves will be busy dragging the horses and turkeys back to their pastures. once we dig into the caverns, our soil will start to furrow, and the horses can graze onto the furrowed soil underground, so they will not be disturbed by any badgers and some other creatures like this. So our dogs have survived. The badgers are roaming around. There is a tree which just fell. Oh, there's more fight with the badger. Okay, I mean, let's kill this one too, otherwise it might kill our dog. And they are coming for help, and wow, look at this. Wrestler bites the badger in the head, pulls the neck, tearing apart. Wow, gory. And the badger is flying away through the air. Badger looks sick. The wrestler punches the badger boar in the lower body, bruising the muscle, bruising the guts. Badger boar looks sick and vomits, skids along the ground, bruising the muscle, kicks the badger in the upper body with her foot. They are kicking these badgers around. They are flying through the air. Oh, we are having fun. Why is this guy a wrestler? Doesn't he have a weapon? He doesn't have, indeed. Litast Buffsack. Litast, you have been assigned a sword, haven't you? Why don't you carry a sword? Why don't you carry a sword? Why don't you carry a sword? Bronze short sword is assigned to you. Go grab it. Is it still here? It's not. Where is our short sword? It's still here. It didn't even grab it. Go grab it, you are a swordsman. He probably didn't grab it because he doesn't he doesn't have a military training program. He doesn't have barracks to train in and stuff like that. Is not yet. But look, our trainer is already busy training the dog to become a war dog. Are you a war dog now? Yes, you are a war dog with blood splatters on his paws. Yes. Like a proper war dog. All right. It says here the mechanic has no job. And indeed he doesn't have no job. Stonecrafter, who do we want to? I mean, somebody has to cook. So who is our cook? I don't think we have a cook. Yes, we do have a cook. Butcher. Tanner. I mean, yeah, so stone mechanic is going to be our tanner. I've decided. Commit. We will need not only a butchery but also a tannery. We will make some leather shoes from the badger leather. Got 2 dead badgers. And mason. So we want a crafts dwarf's workshop. We need some nest boxes, chalk nest boxes. Why not? Cancel strain stray dog. No creature. Ah, wonderful. So do we have now war dog? Wait. No creature. There is a creature. You just have to go find your other dog. You're an animal trainer. So look at this. The butcher's shop has been built, and now we can have butcher a dead animal on repeat. Crafts dwarf's workshop has been built, and we can now build nest boxes. Rock nest box. I think 2 nest boxes is enough if you have 2 gobbler hens, turkey hens. 2 nest boxes. Umberto says, so in a way or another you still have to do the aquifer room to jump its layer. No, I mean we have reached stone layer. Once you reach stone layer you are fine. I mean we can, of course, I mean later on we will expand our fortress. Look, I mean the map looks like this. We have wonderful setting where we have this hilltop. We have 3 hilltops which are divided by the river, and in these 2 there is aquifer layers above the magnetite, and so at least, I mean, we have aquifer at least in this area, I presume. So maybe we will have to do something here, or if we manage to find a way around the aquifer through this place, well, I'll be happy. It will save us a lot of work, especially in the beginning. It is important that you do not waste too much time, because you need to get your fortress prepared for werebeast attacks and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, the more time. Butcher a dead animal. Come on guys, I want you to butcher a dead animal. So this guy is crafting now. Another combat report. What happened to this dog? It looks like war dog. Do we? First left rear toe broken, left rear toe is smashed open, rear paw is cut open. Yeah. And now he's training the other dog. Cancels. Train war dog. I mean, he's struggling to train these dogs. Hey, there is another wounded badger. Let's kill it. Haha! Excellent job, guys. Excellent job. Now butcher it. Damn it. Who is our butcher? Needs butcherable unrotten nearby item. Yeah, go on. Ah, of course, yes, I know what they need. They need corpses stockpile. That's it, that's what they need. Yeah, let's store them here. Actually, this is the corpses stockpile, right? I mean, what if we hit a refuse stockpile? I mean, let's have another refuse stockpile here and see what happens. Maybe they'll start carrying the butcher, the badger's corpses up there. Tannery. Do we have the nest boxes now? We've got 2 nest boxes, which is good. We can mine space for our poultry. Refuse stockpile, come on, it will start to rot any time now. Badger sow head. That's a badger. Butcher a dead animal, of course. On repeat, please. So we see that the plump helmets have been planted. We can probably have some sweet pods as well as quarry bushes planted as well. Oh, and the bridge has not been built yet because we do not have anyone assigned to do the architecture work. So I'll just quickly assign everybody in our dwarf therapist to be an architect, so that they can do the architecture work. Greetings, Haplo. So we are having some badger roasts. We are also having some wood where we need now some barrels. We need barrels, wooden bin and barrel. Actually, barrels are much more important than bins. But once we have bins, we'll do bins and barrels for a while. And we also need some crossbows, wooden crossbow. And yeah, why not bone crossbow? We'll have some bones as well. So train your crossbow making skills. But since the crossbowman is the same as carpenter, bowyer is the same as carpenter, I think carpentry is more important right now. And tan a hide will get automatically queued. So once you butcher an animal, you also most animals you get skin, you get raw hide, as you can see here. Badger sow head skin. This head skin can be tanned into leather, which later can be crafted into shoes or gloves or whatever you need, even leather armor. So do we now do not have 2 war dogs? Yes, we do have 2 war dogs. And we can assign these war dogs to military dwarves. For example, the swords dwarf can get a war dog as a companion. Itred Fath. If I say animals, how do I assign this creature? Trainer. How do I assign this creature? Wait a moment, there was a way how you can assign war dogs to certain dwarves. Was there a way? I'll Google quickly. Assigning animal. Assign animal. Ah, okay, so this was the... You can restrain, animals can detect restrain. You can assign a war dog or hunting dog to help a dwarf with fighting or hunting respectively. To assign a dog, view it and see its preferences. Okay, yeah, that's it. I mean, that was the case in Dwarf Fortress 40. So if we just view this dog, he's distracted. This dog preferences, ready for slaughter? No. This animal is waiting for conflict. I guess he's ready for gelding. No, I mean, do not slaughter. No, so I think you cannot assign the war dogs anymore. Probably this feature has been removed from the game. Because dwarves form relationships with these dogs and then they are very unhappy when they die. So do we have a tan hide? No, we don't. Tan hide job. Tan hide, yes, we do. Now we are making barrels and bins, where we'll need a place to store all this badger meat. And this looks like a nice place for poultry. And we should think about cooking and having our beds made. Yeah, but first make some barrels and bins. It's been... probably they spend the first night on the ground without beds. I don't usually do that. But we've been distracted by these badgers plenty, so things have to wait. And if you look into these bins now, you see that we have some prepared badger brain, badger meat, badger tripe, liver, intestines, lungs. Yummy. You have struck carnelian. Okay. That seems to be a low value gem. I don't actually know whether it's a low value gem, but I pessimistically presume it is. Let's Google it, actually, not Google, but look it up in the wiki. Carnelians are unremarkable low value gems found in sedimentary layers. Carnelian bowl. Oh, look at that. They actually look pretty. Such fiery look they have. This is some sort of a sea snake lamprey. Okay. Look at these layers upon layers of magnetite. Can we have some normal boring stone? There we go, that's what we're looking for. Schist. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So schist will be our working stone, I presume. Schist. Alright. So let's have a pasture here for the turkeys. Okay, pasture turkeys, and we will build nest boxes. Nest boxes. And still butchering and tanning animal. We should have some badger leather now. We can make leather armor. It will come handy. Leather shield, helmet, gloves and stuff. So let's make a leather worker. Made from gabbro blocks, and we need to assign somebody to do the leather working. And let's take a look at who is currently idling. Expedition leader Avuz. Yes, that looks like a good candidate of becoming the leather worker. So let's do that. Do you have any other things in the copper bolts, silver bolts, crossbow? Yeah, crossbow. And look at this, we've got badger bone skull and stuff like that. Don't really know whether we want to actually, I mean, the kennels can be removed. We'll not get to train any war dogs for quite some time. Yes, all right then. So let's take a break now and see what we have established. We are in the middle of the second month now, so we've been playing for about 1 month. What did we do? We have trained war dogs. We have cut some trees. We are in the middle of making some bins and barrels. We have upped our food stockpiles by all this badger meat. We have our first farms where we have planted plum helmets and currently some rock nuts. We have not yet built our bridge and not built any mechanisms which we will need inevitably to raise the bridge. So I think we should focus on that, because danger might come any time. We've got lots of magnetite. We must find the caverns and we must find magma, but before we do that we need to delve the secure lodgings, as they say. So let's have something like secure lodgings here. I usually do 3x4 lodgings. So danger can come anytime, Nagi. You're suggesting we should be more focused on making some barracks or something? Could be, but I don't want too many unhappy thoughts for our dwarves complaining about not being able to sleep in a bed and stuff, you know. Actually, I think we might even move this by 1 tile. So that's about 10 rooms, of which 5, of which 3 may be dug later. And seeing this, we will probably want a mason's workshop. So this guy is making bins and barrels. We will need a wheelbarrow. Make 3 and make some beds. Okay, so it looks like we've butchered anything that was possible. Leatherworks have not yet been built. Wonder when that will happen. The gobblers should be busy heading to the nest boxes and actually laying some eggs. There it is. Look at this. And they are not fertile, not fertilized eggs. But these are fertilized, so let's forbid these eggs so that the dwarves don't accidentally take them and cook them. And we will have some turkey gobbler chicks, or turkey hen chicks, turkey chicks. Right. And yes, we will need some more stockpiles, but that can wait for now. As we can see, he is digging the space for our mason. Mason's workshop. And the mason he cancels construct building because of creature occupying the site. No, the bridge has been constructed. Okay, here we... Oh, because of this dog, I see this... Okay, so now that we have a stock... We can make a stockpile of stone. No metal ores, please. And no clay. But... And no... No economic stone. Let's save that for later. There will be plenty of schist too. And we will have... Give this to this and make some doors. And make some cabinets, tables, chairs, chests, and yeah, but mostly doors. Volchat says, I recently got back into streaming adventure mode and it has been a great time. What's your opinion on adventure, Nagi? Oh, I'm so excited about adventure mode. It's being filled with long-awaited features. I'm very much looking forward to play it. I'd also like to play adventure mode. First, when I started Dwarf Fortress, I was all about Fortress mode. Adventure mode did not interest me. But later I realized that it's the best roguelike RPG ever. I was a fan of Angband and yeah, basically Angband, vanilla Angband. I played that as a roguelike RPG. But then I realized Dwarf Fortress is much more filled with... I mean, Dwarf Fortress feels like a real world where people live in, have their concerns, and it's much more appealing to me as a roguelike RPG. So I really love to play adventure mode already at this stage now, where it's not too many features have been implemented properly, but it's already hugely playable and enjoyable for me. So adventure mode, yes, I'm very excited by that. And Tom says, danger can come any time, just meant that the danger at Dwarf Fortress always is a matter of joke. Like, what could possibly go wrong with this endeavor? I mean, the badgers were not really were slightly dangerous too, weren't they? They could have hurt our dogs. They hurt our dogs. He's got a paw smashed open, and they caused a lot of fuss here. They distracted. They chased our animals off their pastures, kept our dwarves busy, delayed the work on the fortress. I mean, that's the purpose. That's this harassment by relatively harmless creatures. So now that we have this workshop, we will need a mechanics workshop as well. D5, 6, yeah, let's have it, make it priority. E6 or whatever. Let's actually make it priority 5. Let's make this priority 6. You can also go a fairly long way in this in Dwarf Fortress mode without having individual rooms furnished with furniture and stuff and assigned to individual dwarves. They don't really need that. The dwarves will be completely happy with a community room as well. In fact, having said that, I'm considering making this the first tavern instead. But let's worry about a tavern later, really. Let's do the classic. I mean, these are the first 7 dwarves. If there is any dwarves in the fortress who deserve individual rooms, it's the first 7. Construct rock doors. So which one is the mason dwarf? Is an animal trainer, butcher, toss it. What does toss it do? Tossid's got no job. Why doesn't he have no job? There is plenty of jobs. Yeah, there he goes. He's making the first table, which is door, just cabinet. This is good. We can already build a door here. We can have more wheelbarrows hauling this. Ravens. We've got ravens now. Yeah, they probably won't disturb us at all. And why is the leatherwork not going on? I have leatherworking assigned to Avuz. What does Avuz mean? He's planting seeds, or I mean, I see that planting seeds has more priority than making leather stuff. And Tom says, indeed, Angband is a great game, but it's very thin and static in the way the world feels compared to Adventure Mode. Yeah, there's practically no world at all in Angband. All you do is underground. It has very quite some nice elements to it. But yeah, as I said, I mean, look at that. He's sleeping on the floor. Here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the sleeping break. Everybody is tired and goes to sleep on the hard rock floor with unhappy thoughts. With unhappy thoughts. Yeah, it's the sleeping break after a month and a bit. Everybody wants to sleep somewhere. Are sleeping all over the place. Yeah, we didn't quite manage. I usually do really well, but this time somehow I forgot building the beds early enough. Well, it's not the best. Not the best of me showing you how to do it. Dwarfs sleeping on the floor get really unhappy. Are really unhappy. I mean, but they survive it, of course. But I mean, they don't need to have individual rooms. A single dormitory, like 2x4 with 7 beds, designated as a dormitory, will do just fine. They just need to lay their heads down and just take a nap. That's all they need. And it would do fine. Rather than letting them sleep all over the place. Wait, we actually do have pigtail bags? Oh yes, it's the bags not used. I mean, where the seeds were in. You can see that. The door. So we've got the first room, almost. The bed needs to be hauled. This is our first room, so we designate it as such. Here's the other room. Got another door here. Got another door. We have table, chair, cabinet, nothing. Yeah, good to see that somebody else has played their share of Angband as well, Tom. I've spent many days, many sleepless nights with Angband. At times where I should have been studying instead. So, wonder what's our second miner doing. Second miner can actually mine now. Commit. We don't need him as a woodcutter anymore. And second miner can help. You've got 2 more doors, okay. That's good. What else is there in this workshop? A cabinet. A cabinet already built, okay. Table. Make a room here. Make a room here. What else do we have? Throne. Throne is good. Avuz has no job. Farmer has no job. Does it mean everything has been planted now? It means exactly that. Let's check up on our seed stockpile. Seed barrel. We have cave wheat. We still have cave wheat. But it's not the season for cave wheat. But we can have dimple cups. Yeah, let's plant some dimple cups then. coffer. It's a masterwork coffer, isn't it? No. It's a good quality coffer. So, and we will need some new mining designation for our dwarves. And look at this. This has been built and this was meant to be a mechanics workshop. So let's build a mechanics workshop right here and have another stockpile of stone right next to it and have it give this. And we will need some more wheelbarrows. Good evening, Ratsog. Nice to see you here. So I mean, this is fairly good for the start. So we have almost played through the spring. As soon as the spring is over, we will take a short break and decide what to do in our next session. We have managed to do quite a lot, although the badgers have cost us some time, but on the other hand they have provided valuable meat and leather. Yeah, Paul, no worries. I mean, you can always skip and catch up. Perch. I like this. So we've talked previously about fishing, but it's sort of a low priority thing. I wouldn't bother with that right now too much because we've only got 7 dwarves as a workforce and they have more important things to do than fishing right now. So what else is there? We've got coffer. Coffer is already being built. So the miners now need something else to do. So I suggest we mine ourselves a good dining room and stockpiles. Dining room, why not have a dining room in a magnetite? Because not. Magnetite is an ore. Oh well, we could have a magnetite dining room. Yeah, why not actually? Let's have a meeting hall. So for the first migrants, if they come, they would arrive down here. We can have kitchens and stuff up here. Yeah, this looks like a good place. So let's designate this to be mined as a dining hall, or actually a tavern. It will probably become a tavern later on. But this should be our guest room. And also we should think about finding a place, covered place for the traders depot. Which could actually be, if we disassemble this workshop, right here. So let's have the traders depot built first, and let's have. Yeah, do we want a trappable traders depot? The question. I mean, I can see having some war animals chained to this place as guard dogs for the traders depot. Or we could have some guard animals actually here, and the depot here, or even here. And we could have a small drawbridge if we like, but I always like to think about the dwarves hauling the stuff, hauling the finished goods to the depot. Mostly this will be goods produced down in the magma forges or workshops. Yeah, but I think this is fine. Let's have a traders depot here. So once they are done with that, they shall continue mining the big tavern for visitors. So visitors will want some rooms. As they will have requests of permanent residency. It doesn't have to be anything big. And this will already be big enough. No. This is good as a tavern, I think. I mean, for a small fortress, that is. With 12 rooms for guests, you see. Rooms. This has to be dug first. And we will need a staircase. An up ramp. How about an up ramp? Yeah, let's have up ramps. I like the idea. Let's not dig. Well, my initial thought was having like ramps to the left and to the right, somewhere in the middle, with their supporting back walls engraved with some fancy stuff. But I think I will not do that because it would diminish the space we'd have for dances and performances. So I think I'll go with just a ramp. Somewhere or even a staircase. I mean, yeah, let's have downstairs. Let's use stairs for once. And up here, do I want upstairs? Do I want downstairs? I mean, above it, I would like to have a kitchen or something, or food stockpile. Or do we really want that above it? Yeah, why not? You know what? I like this design, but I don't like its placement. I don't think that this long corridor is necessary here. We can move it all further down. And have these guest rooms here instead. No, wait, this wasn't like it was. We had this area about this big. It was one shorter, I believe. And then we had a guest room here. The guest room here. Yeah, this is what we had, I think. I like this much more. There will be an immediate entrance to this, and should they have the need to go to the kitchen, they will just exit the tavern, walk up one ramp here, and just here will be the kitchen. Which actually should be dug before anything else. Some stockpiles of food. I don't know how big I want it. like this probably for the start. Maybe one more. Let's make it flush with the tavern area. Yes, I think I want this. All right. So that's what our miners will do. Yeah, proper stockpiles of food. That's what we need right now. Wait. Well, they haven't actually, yeah. I mean, we could designate this as one. So do we have something more to build? We have a door which can be used at the turkeys. Paul says, I think I'll watch Nokrium's Airport CEO and Kenshi. That game was once on my radar, but lack of progress made me lose interest. Yeah, okay, take a look. Why not? Airport management game can be fun. Now look at the amount of magnetite we have. It's incredible how rich in magnetite this site is. We'll soon need a stockpile for magnetite. So what's he doing here? We've got barrels and bins. Wheelbarrows. Yeah, what else is this good for? I mean, it's okay for now. Let's focus on making some crossbows. You need to become a good crossbow builder, crossbow maker. Haplo says, I may drop out of the stream, internet problems, hey. Okay. Volchant says, I once tried an above-ground fortress sprawling across the hills. I want to try that one again. Very fun, but also odd. Yes, that's what I want, but as a long-term goal. I don't want really to start with it, because you need tons and tons of blocks, and you need some safety first. I mean, safety first. Once we have the bridge trap working, and we have magma forges and equipped military and everything else taken care of, we can start transforming the underground fortress into an above ground fortress. Gnomoria is abandoned by devs? Really? Yeah, you see, that's how it goes. I was not aware you were doing that. It was my interest in the new series has been magnified. Yes, I told it in the Embark session when we've embarked, and I saw this. I saw these three hilltops, and I saw these three hilltops divided by the river. I said this calls for an above ground fortress. I want to have at least, I mean, there could be something like a main hall here, a defensive tower structure here, another tower here, perhaps another tower down here, or so somewhere. I mean, like 4 towers and the main hall here above ground. Yeah, I would like that. I mean, it's on a hilltop, you know. If you look at the terrain around, perhaps there is some flat land, and then there is a hilltop. So that hill has to have a fortress. So that's what are my long-term, but very, very long-term plans. I like something like in the horizon of 10 years or something. You could even build a trench. Yes, a trench indeed will be built, because, you know, I want to recreate what we had in Gladehames. That long bridge, retracting bridge with upright spears below, where the enemies just retract the bridges and fall down onto these spears, getting impaled. I want to have that. That was fun. So we will have probably a bridge starting down here, arcing over this hillside all the way up here, where there will be some sort of a tower structure where they arrive, and then actually the normal access to the fortress would be across the bridge, and then here to this first above ground structure. I think that will be built as first part of the big fortress, and below the long bridge will be like a big trench, like 7 wide or something, with upright spears. Yes, we're going to have that. Though we will need tons and tons of spears. In Gladehames we made them out of wood, but here, I mean, the solution is at hand. We will make them from iron, and later maybe even from steel, but first iron. So we can already assign some hotkeys here, like I don't know, I don't use F3, so let's have kitchen. We will have this place as for tavern. We will have this place as entrance, and I think I didn't actually tell it to zoom there, so zoom, F4 zoom, F3 zoom. We'll need this. F5 is usually my forges, but I can assign F6 to these rooms, and I'll need poultry level, something like here, this. Good. So last bin, and then some bows, please, and crossbows. Got ravens. Ravens are cool, not disturbing us at all. He picking up a job? Yes. Bone crossbow. Excellent. So he's taking these bones, making them into bone crossbows. I mean, he needs to hone his crossbow making skills. We'll need some perfect crossbows. There are still lots of things in the wagon, like bolts, cloth, and a crossbow. Hey, it looks like the first crop is in. We should have, if we see this plump helmet, I guess plump helmets have grown. And look at this, we've got some plump helmets. Those plump helmets written in brackets or parentheses are imported. All things that are in parentheses are imported. All things without are generated and created by this fortress. So these are our very own plump helmets. Look at that. First crop is in. And it's not even the end of, I mean, it's almost end of spring. I like to have the crops ready as early as in the first season. So start planting as soon as possible and have the first crop, have the first spring crop in. I mean, have the first crop in the season, in the very same season where you've embarked in. Yeah. We can't make secure pastures for the horses yet because we haven't found the caverns and the soil, the underground soil hasn't started to furrow yet. But it is more important to dig place for a kitchen. Kitchen is Z, I believe. Yes, it is. So let me just build the kitchen around here. We'll build it from the Gavro blocks. Wolchard says, I once had an embark in a jungle where a horde numbering about 15 to 20 monkeys came and beat the piss out of my dwarves and took all the supplies. Oh, lovely. Giant skink. Hey, look at that. Giant skink. Who killed it? I want to tame them. Looks like this giant skink actually fell over something. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he tripped over something and broke his neck. There doesn't seem to be any sign of other beasts fighting it. Does it mean that we have skinks? Doesn't, but I bet soon the dwarves, because I have set the refuse orders to gather refuse from outside, the refuse of the skink will be gathered and we will butcher it. So this is looking good. Or maybe it wasn't our war dogs, so must have been, it must have killed itself. And we do have a cook, so this should become built. And still, we will need a still as well. Cabro blocks, okay. still in the kitchen. And here comes the last week of the spring, which will mark the end of this session. So now the miners have still more jobs to do. Yes, I see it. I mean, they are mining the depot. So this is the place where I want a war dog chained. Later on, I mean, once we have offspring of these war dogs. Yes, so there is some chalk. Who's without job? Mechanic is without job. Why is mechanic without job? Guys, that's not good. Where's my rooms? Damn it. F6. I didn't actually assign that key. Stupid me. This is a mechanic. Let's make mechanisms. We need mechanisms. We need the bridge to be to become a retracting bridge as soon as possible. Otherwise, we cannot be safe from danger. Oh, look at this. What is this? Trout. Trout. Okay, there we go. Mechanic has happily picked up some work. And since we have a kitchen and a still here, we can move our food stockpiles to this place. So I no longer want food stockpiles here. We shall have all the food stored down here. Kitchen is F3. I need to get used to it. I haven't used F3 for kitchen yet. I guess I can get used to it. PCT food. I want meat, fish, eggs, and cheese, and fruit and milled plants. And pressed material. Olive what? Pomace? Oh. Yeah, let's have them stored all around the kitchen. And let's have, we've got only 7 drinks left, guys. We need some drinks fast. Drinks, actually I don't really want drinks being stored next to the kitchen, next to the still. It makes much more sense to store plants, brewable plants, next to the still. So brewable plants are plum helmets, sweet pods, what else? cave wheat and pigtails. And since we have lots of space, we could actually separate them, like plump helmets being stored here and so on, you know. So that we have an overview. Cave wheat. Pigtails. You can see this. And sweet pods. All right, which version this is? This is 4305. Why are you asking? Do you know whether in 4305 there is still the weapon trap bug when the weapons get worn out and disintegrate, whether the game crashes? Is this bug still present here? I think it might be, but we will not use weapon traps in the classical sense. We will have upright spears soon. We need doors to the tavern. 27th of March, 28th of March. Actually not March, but Fellside. It's called Fellside. The tiles looked new, you say? Did they? And look at this. We have our second crop. Quarry bush leaves. Quarry bush leaves. Yeah, quarry bush leaves are something special. We need bags to store them in. Quarry bush leaves, and we need a stockpile for quarry bushes. Which we don't have yet, but it is rather important, so that we actually should have a processing facility for quarry bushes. Wonder where. Quarry bushes. Yeah, how do we want to design this? I mean, quarry bushes are harvested here. It would make most sense to have it downstairs here and have the processing facility right here. So now the miners are busy digging here, which is designated with a 4 priority. Let's actually queue it in front of this tavern and have it with the 3 priority dug here. Downstairs, here we will need some upstairs. And we will need some plant processing stuff around here. Yeah, let's have that. And it is now summer. And with that, we will end this stream. I'll take a break of about 10 minutes, just go through what we went and take a step back of this and see how we can most efficiently build this up further. So a new stream is coming up in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned if you want to see how we deal with the summer. We possibly might get even the first human caravan, or actually summer is... Yes, summer is humans, elves is in the spring. So yeah, that's we might get a human caravan if we're lucky. Of course, we'd have nothing to trade, but hey, something might happen in summer. Yes, so I wish you a nice break, and I'll see you in a short time again.